Something interesting happened. I say interesting, but I was sweating at the time. I was out after doing some work in the computer. I was tired, so I went to do some bicycling. And I went to where I usually see the sunset. There's a little forest, and I positioned my bicycle and went to one direction. On the way out, I looked back, and the bike was there, and I looked appropriately. So I kept on going and then came back maybe 10 minutes, maybe 7 minutes later. I cannot find my bike. I'm laughing, but I'm not laughing at the time. I went this way, that way, and I went to where I thought I entered from the road and back and forth and nowhere. So I now sat on the floor, the sand floor with the pine needles there. And I thought, oh, well, what do I do? It's gone. I heard that this place can be, dangerous in terms of those someone stealing. And it was only 5 minutes or something I was out. It's gone. I spent maybe 10 minutes. It was a long time to check everywhere. So I thought I did check and I'm confident that it was gone. So I sat there. Okay, financially it's not so a big deal, but I have to find the lock and the bicycle is from my cousins, so all that has to take place to process. But still unconvinced why this could be gone. So if someone's stealing, it goes that way, and if you go that way, then there's no place but you have to go through the bush a little bit, and then there's a car parked. So I went that way, checking in the bush if there's anything, and also the cars later, parked, and to see if inside there's anything, like my bike. So I came back to from the other angle to go through the passage backward. Again, look into the bush, nothing is there, and I came down, same place, and sitting. By that time, I was confident that I have to go through this, just walking back and sending a mail or email or text to my cousin that the bike is stolen. But as I went backward again to where I thought the bike was stolen, there was a guy standing there. I do odd things, so not to be proud of it, but I explained to him this is what happened and my bike is stolen and I cannot believe it. And he was a tourist, but we talked. He was maybe 50 years old, and he was surprised. And I explained this is the area. It was because he was going to the beach. So I explained this is the area I thought, and I thought that's the end of it. But the funny thing happened. He was looking farther down the other direction, which is like 20 yards away. And he says, there's a bike, I see. And I look at that direction, I couldn't see it. It's too far and couldn't tell. But he said, there's a bike. Okay, let's go take a look. I was convinced there's someone else's bike. But the funny thing was that was my bike. Halfway into that direction, I finally saw the bike. That's a black framed bicycle. And sitting next to the tree that I remember, there was a kind of rug next to it, close by. So it's clearly my bike that I borrowed. Wow. I don't know what to say after this. I meant to share this experience because it was interesting. My misjudgment, location was wrong, but I'm usually meticulously or carefully, locate, things, and I make mistake, of course. but I thought it was gone. But it showed up. So I don't have to do anything about the text to my cousin or anything. So I was so happy. So we had kind of talking, and he was happy. I don't know what we talked about at the time. No, he said something like, if you have an air tag, you can find those things even if you lost. But that's not the point. Anyway, he went away. I was totally relieved. It's funny. It's like a feeling of a kid that you lose your toy. But it's more than that, because you think about, how much it costs and where to find and get the lock, all of that. But it's gone. So what's the point of sharing this YouTube video on this story? I don't know. I have gone through similar cases of forgetting things. The worst one I remember was at the LA airport at the airline lounge. I left my funny pack and I went on, and at the airplane gate, which is far away, I remembered it. And it was found, it was okay. There are a few instances like that. No need to go back and explain. But at the old age, I become more sensitive because my memory power may not be so good. Actually, I know it's not good. So I'm fairly careful. So this is like a blow that my confidence I was doing okay was not okay. What have I learned? What's the CAPD? Checking what happened. I know how it happened. I went to the wrong entrance, which I didn't know at the time. And also I should have put the stuff to go around to lock up with the tree, not on its own, because it's much more difficult someone to carry. But they can have a cutter or something to cut those wire, which seemed like a strong one, but it can be done. Anyway, things can happen. I heard the stories that people steal things, and even at the beach too. If there's a bush behind and you leave something on the side, this guy told me that someone may be hiding behind the bush and steal. Be careful. Let's be careful. I mean, I'm working on something on the computer, and I pay fairly deep attention, careful attention to it. And I come up with good ideas working with AI. But let's be careful. But as much as possible, we should simplify life. Not put ourselves near where we may die or be stolen something. That's the lessons learned. If I post any video on the similar subject of losing something, that's a bit embarrassing, but it can happen. So let me just be still, digest this story, and move on. Thank you for your listening, if you did. And I wish you the best. Be careful. Thank you.